We have officially made it through season 6 of Love is Blind. But of course, in true Love is Blind fashion, especially when we're talking about season 6, there is some juicy gossip to get to. Do you remember when earlier on in this season, when all of the couples were meeting each other for the first time on their honeymoon getaways, Jimmy told his then fiance Chelsea that AD had a banging body, and then they had a little moment flirting together as the rest of the couples kind of looked on and whatnot, and Chelsea kind of got upset and walked away. Well, now that the coast is clear, Jimmy is letting it be known that he might just have feelings for AD. He did an interview with E! News in which he said that he wasn't ready to close the door on the possibility of getting together with AD. So there you have it, you guys. This man is still into this woman. But here's the thing, you guys. I don't know that I believe that he is a genuine person. I get the vibe that he's a little bit of an F boy and that this is purely surface level because AD is a beautiful woman with a once in a lifetime kind of bod. So I get the feeling that it's more so like for physical purposes than an actual emotional caring for AD, which does make me nervous. And I think Jimmy, like pretty much everybody else at this point, has realized that AD seems to have very, very low self-esteem and that perhaps he is looking to prey on that. I do worry for AD because she has kind of made it quite apparent through her stint on this show that she is willing to accept crumbs just to have a piece of a man by her side. We saw her say yes to Clay at the altar when he repeatedly told her that he was a broken man, a traumatized man who wasn't sure if he was capable of being faithful or if he even wanted to get married to her. We saw her at the reunion, and spoiler alert, she says that she circled the block on Matthew and went out on 2 days with him after rapping, even though he so deeply disrespected her and her deceased father on the show, you know? And she bragged about him making her rice and chicken, probably the cheapest meal you could ever make somebody. And then, you know, back at the time while she was engaged to Clay, she was so happy that Jimmy was giving her body attention that she started flirting with him despite being engaged and despite Jimmy being engaged as well. So I kind of worry that this is more so one of those sorts of things, like, let me just try to hit it and quit it, which I really hope is not the case. But again, I don't think that Jimmy is a stand-up guy. I don't think that he's a serious guy. So I hope that AD is not going to take the bait and date him because I don't think they would even look good together as a couple, to be honest with you. She's too great. I'm sorry, but Jimmy is bland. He is like a butter sandwich. Maybe you put in a tomato or two in there, like that's him. And then AD is like a fucking like seafood boil, you know, or like jambalaya, just something so exciting. You know what I mean? Like if I could like compare them using food as some sort of a metaphor, like that's how I see the two of them. And so I don't know why you would go as a jambalaya and pair yourself up with a butter and maybe 2 slices of tomato sandwich. It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't look good together. Would you eat that together? No, it doesn't pair well. And that's how I feel about AD potentially getting with Jimmy. So I guess this now answers the question because remember, we had seen photos of Jimmy and Chelsea on certain dates here or there on the lead up to the reunion, right? And so I thought up until this entire time that they were dating behind the scenes. I was disappointed that Nick Lachey and Vanessa never actually asked them if they were dating to confirm or deny that. But I guess with him now saying that he is not closing the door on the possibility of getting together with AD, that must mean, unless they recently got back together after this interview was done, that he and Chelsea are done for good. And he is looking to expand his horizons and date other people, namely AD. You know, I kind of wonder how their dates in the pods went because I remember this happening again. And ironically enough, it was another kind of boring, no offense to the white guys, but boring white guy and just exciting, lively black girl kind of thing. But in season 1, Damien said that he had a really good connection with Lauren. And so he would have loved to have pursued her as well. But obviously Lauren was taken. She got married to Cameron and they're still together to this day. So is this a case of, not is this a case of that, but that is rather interesting. I would have loved to see Damien and Lauren's pod conversations to see what they could possibly have, you know, that drove them like in this kind of direction. And I would love to see AD and Jimmy's conversation to see what they have in common. And, like, is he a little bit more exciting in conversation with AD? Does she bring out that like more fun, lively side to him that we didn't get to see with Chelsea? Because remember, Chelsea is a very emotionally draining person, it appears as though. So I can see that, it potentially that's what weighed him down and stopped him from being like, this funny, lively, exciting guy. Potentially, right? I'm just riffing here, but I digress. Are you like me? Do you think that there's something kind of off about Jimmy trying to pursue AD? Do you feel like it is more physically motivated rather than actual, serious, emotionally, potentially towards marriage related? Or do you think that he's sincere and can you see the two of them having a very profound future together? Make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.